ENG Spanish. Hello and welcome from E of ENG Spanish. I think that's her name. Yeah, ENG's ENG Spanish tutorials. As you can hear, G, Gretel, is behind the computer, observing and sleeping, and I am here to tell you about the imperfect. As you can see, I have a new whiteboard. It was very cheap. Imperfect. Okay, super easy. Basically, all you do is take the AR off of the infinitive verb of an AR verb and the ER/IR off of the ending of the infinitive verb there. So, and instead, you're going to give them the following endings. And I'll show you this. I'll give you examples. You have, for the yo, aba. Tú, abas. Él, ella, and usted, aba. For nosotros, this is the only one that's a little different because it has an accent. Habamos. And then finally, ellos, ellas, and ustedes, haban. Those are your endings for AR. For ER/IR, your endings are yo, ella, tú, ellas, él, ella, usted, all have the same ending. Ella, nosotros, íbamos, ellos, ellas, ustedes, ian. Now these are nice because the accent is on the I throughout all the endings. For the AR, the only accent is on the nosotros, that A. Okay? So take a second to write those down. I'm sure that's what you're doing. Okay? Let's look at the verb hablar. First, you start by getting rid of your AR ending. Let's say yo. So what should be here? Hablaba. I know it sounds funny, but that's what it is. What about you? And remember, imperfect is things we're going to use for this video, just things that you did habitually that happened all the time in the past. So you would always talk to your mother. So you, tú, what should go here? Hablabas. And we're not going to focus so much on what the imperfect does. This is just how to form the imperfect. There's another video, or will be another video, about preterite versus imperfect, which G will do.
Oh my god.
She's so happy about that.
No, she's
okay.
not.
So let's say you and I are really good friends. We've been friends forever. I would say, oh yeah, the person watching this video and I would always talk to each other through Skype or through a computer or something. What's your ending here? We would talk to each other. Hablábamos. And what I recommend is go ahead and as you're writing the verb out, put your accent before you even continue, because a lot of people will just keep on going and forget the accent. Hablábamos. Okay? Let's head on over to the ER/IR. G, can you give me a verb, please?
Vivir.
Vivir. Okay, like I said, we're going to drop the ER/IR. And I hope you've written down the endings, because they're not here to help you anymore. What form do you want it in, G?
Well, let's do yo form first.
Okay, so remember the I's all have accents in this in the ER/IR imperfect. Can you give us an example sentence with vivía, G?
Vivía en la China cuando era niña.
Okay, so she lived in China when she was younger. Okay. G, give me another verb.
To eat.
To
Comer.
eat. Comer. Good. Even though it's an ER verb, they have the same endings, which is what makes imperfect so great. So what do we do, G?
Well, let's conjugate in the do form.
Okay. What should we do at the very beginning?
Oh, underline ER. Get rid of
Get rid of ER, okay. We're going to get rid of ER, and then what form did you want it in?
do form.
The do form. So you would always eat fish all the time. Comías. Don't forget your accent on the I. Entender. To understand or to comprehend something.
Oh, I have another one. It's a better one.
Okay.
Just ignore that one. Leer.
Okay, we'll do leer next. But entender. Our first step, drop the ER or IR. Okay, and then nosotros. Íamos. It's that easy. That's how great imperfect is. That's why it's so great. Okay. Gretel had another verb she wanted to do next. Leer, to read. Leer. What tense do you want it in?
Imperfect.
Oh, sorry. What form do you want it in?
Ustedes.
Ustedes. So you all, ustedes. Okay, so all we have to do is drop our final ER.
I hate that song.
And let's put our ending. Ustedes. Same thing as ellos, ellas form. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Leía. It looks funny, but as long as you followed your rules, that's what happens. Okay?
You know what I noticed?
What?
3 vowels.
Yes, so there are 3 vowels. She made a good point. And a lot of times, depending on what level of Spanish you are, I'm assuming you're probably level 2, where you see the Y between 2 vowels, the I changed to a Y. But
there's an accent there, so that's
right.
why.
It doesn't happen here because the I has an accent. Okay, so it's that easy. But surely nothing in Spanish is that easy, right? There's got to be something.
I have a question.
Yes.
How would you conjugate ser? Is it sería?
Ah, she just brought us to our next topic. Would we say sería? Well, okay. So if we followed our rules, you drop the ER.
Oh, sería?
Sia?
Sí.
That doesn't look right to me. That's because it's not right. Now, here's where imperfect is like everything else in Spanish and kind of confusing for new learners. Luckily, there are only 3 irregulars in the imperfect, which is great. And the verbs are ser, ir, and ver. To be, to go, to see. Okay, now let's conjugate these. So here they are. Yo era, tú eras, él, ella, usted era, nosotros éramos, accent on the first E, usted, ellos, ellas, ustedes eran. Okay? Only one that has an accent is nosotros. For ir, we have yo iba, tú ibas, él, ella, usted iba, nosotros íbamos, accent on the first I. Notice the nosotros has an accent, the first one here, the first one here, okay? Ver. Now, I don't even like to think that ver is an irregular, even though it technically is. I just think it wants to be different. So, go ahead and put VE for all your forms. Yo, tú, él, nosotros, ellos. That's the real only difference, is this E. Now, go ahead and put your endings for ER, IR. Yo veía, tú veías, él, ella, usted veía, nosotros veíamos, ellos veían. That's the only difference. It still has the same endings as ER, IR, just with the extra E before it. Okay? So those are your 3 irregulars, and that's why the imperfect is so great. So just memorize these. If you have the YOL form, you can kind of get the rest. But other than that, that's it for the imperfect. There are no changes of meanings. There are no weird things you have to know about.
No stem changing.
No stem changing, too. So That's it. If you follow those rules, you should be golden. Thanks for watching the imperfect video, or the perfect video about the imperfect. We will see you later. Say bye, G.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios.